was the podcast host and one was the guest. And like 10 minutes in, the guest goes, "Are we live?" And he's like, "Yeah, we've been live.
We've been live, yeah.
It was probably best that you
10
just don't
minutes.
tell them.
That's right.
Because then they're like,
And he goes, "Oh, good thing I didn't say anything that I wasn't supposed to say if we were live."
Just like,
it's,
if
we got
you're
a-
out there.
We have a great show lined up today. We're going to be joined very shortly in the show by Tara Royer. She's the owner of Leona Curated Jewelry. And then later in the show by Jasmine Garcia, the owner of Jcita Beauty. So we've got two amazing female entrepreneurs joining us this morning.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's going to be awesome. We're really excited about it. I'm here with Xavier. If you can't tell by the voice, he's
By
back.
the voice, he's back. Huh?
He is back
For a short
little
time,
while.
but back.
You know, Nicholas Urbi seems glad that you're back. He's liking the show. Lucrecia Morales is
Oh, she's
glad
glad
that you're
I'm back
She's
too.
liking the show. She's liking the show, so she is glad.
I'm
that
not
you-
sure it's me. I
that
think
Xavier
it's
is
these
back.
two young ladies that are attracting everybody.
I'm glad
but-
you're back also, just
Thank
so you know.
you.
Yeah. No worries.
You know, our guests are happy that Xavier is back. So we have a great show lined up for everyone today. Be sure to like and share and
And subscribe.
subscribe. There you know, you say you can take Xavier away from the show for a few weeks, but he always remembers.
Always remember those three things.
He remembers
Like, share,
to
and
like,
subscribe.
share, and subscribe.
That's the only
Monica
thing you have
Miller
to
from
remember.
Montana watching the show this morning. Thank you, Monica, for joining us all the way from Montana.
Monica.
one of our
Monica.
favorite viewers on the show.
From Montana.
From Montana is joining us this morning on the show. I suspect we're going to have a nice international. Well, maybe we'll get international. We sometimes did.
That's
We'll
early
have-
over
we
there,
have-
right?
We
What-
already have interstate.
What is it, about 20 after 8 over there, right?
Yeah, we did different.
Yeah. We get some
We've-
Italians, too.
We did the Italians most frequently, and then we did.
No
get one
Cubans,
from-
though. I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
It's almost
Cuba
like
just doesn't
yeah.
seem to be able to get today, mañana yet.
Well, I'm wondering. My suspicion is, the Cuban government is like Xavier,
Xavier. Who?
Cuban exile.
Javier, Xavier, what's his name, really?
The last name is a giveaway that we don't want people watching him. we know what his parents did. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Today y Mañana. I'm Alex. This is Xavier. We're very excited to have you joining us here on a hot morning. It's muggy.
Hot and
It's
muggy,
like
beautiful.
Hot and muggy morning.
That's Virginia weather
Here in
for you.
Charlottesville. Yeah, it's a reminder that
Exactly. It's August. I mean,
it is August.
what is it that we
It is
want?
August. Like, I always see every once in a while at this time of year that this like meme picture comes up that has like all the months of the seasons of Virginia, and there's like 20 of them. And this one is, I think, Hell's Front Porch is rapidly approaching. So we're almost there, if not there yet. We had 100. What was it, last week?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got to it got pretty hot.
There was a few air conditions that blew out last week.
That's for sure. That's for sure. But we have a great show.
We
in
certainly
store for
do.
people. It's a great day to get your café con leche. It can be iced. We will permit iced café con leche.
During
Today.
the summer months, that's
During the summer months,
permissible.
it is
That's
completely
exactly.
permissible. You can get into your nice, I usually say cozy spot, but we can go air-conditioned location, preferably with some fans.
Or in front of a fan, that's right.
In front of a fan, Xavier's like, I want 2 fans. He's got 2 fans in front of him. So
Wait,
he's,
really?
Well, you got that one and the
Oh,
big
yeah.
one.
I didn't
It points to
notice
you.
that.
Yeah. It's like, Xavier's like, I am set and ready to go. And your café con leche. Be sure to like and share. Send us any questions, comments you have.
Stole my lines.
We have
Like and share. That was my line. Like
have
and share and
subscribe.
subscribe. Okay.
Monita says, good morning. Yes, it is 8:15. Hello to everyone. Hello, Monita. Thanks
Hello,
for
Monica.
joining us this morning. Nicholas Irby writes in, Xavier is a diva.
Whatever that means. Okay.
Your son, he never gives you
Yeah, not
a
really.
break, the CMO
Never.
of Virgin Financial Services. But we've got a great show lined up for everyone this morning. We're going to be joined shortly by Tara Royer. She is the owner of Leona Curated Jewelry. And later in the show by Jasmine Garcia, the owner of Jcita Beauty. And of course, big thank you, Merchant Financial Services, our presenter, and our great partners, Matias Yon Realty, our friends Miguel and Carolina and Chick, all at Credit Serious Insurance, Castle Hill Cider, Forward Adelante. And of course, little shout out, don't forget the Today y Mañana event coming up August 31st at Castle Hill.
I
so
remember
you can't forget what it is. It's a Thursday, and it's the last day of August. So it's a Thursday just like today, mañana. So when you see the show that morning, it will remind you to sign up for the today.
It's a
Mañana
perfect
event
time
at
really to
Castle
go out
Hill.
there too. Castle
it's
Hill,
beautiful at this time of year.
spectacular out there, and you know,
So it's going to be good.
be a lot of good times.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone, lots of people joining in. Lucrecia Morales, Helen Johnson, loving the show this morning. Thank you, Helen, for joining us. So
Lucrecia de Sombreros.
Lucrecia Morales, yep, de
Right down
Sombreros
here.
right here
Yeah.
on the downtown mall is joining us. All right, so I don't know, I'm excited.
No, let's
to
go.
jump
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Right
I mean,
into
there's
today's
just a lot of
show.
information here that I know nothing about, and I'm always ready to learn. So
There you go. There you have it. So we're excited to welcome to the show first this morning, Tara Royer. She is the owner of Leona Curated Jewelry. Tara, thanks so much for joining us.
Good
Hi,
morning.
thanks for having me.
That's great to have
Pleasure.
you on. So for those who don't know about you, who haven't met you yet, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how you decided to start Leona Curated Jewelry.
Yeah, so I am a local to Charlottesville. I have always really loved accessorizing, and I think that I've really found the power of accessorizing as an adult. You can take a very kind of like chic, plain look and really dress it up with accessories. And so when I thought about a business that I wanted to launch, I wanted it to be something that I was passionate about, but also something that I wanted to wear and use. And so I came to jewelry. I wanted to do jewelry and accessories that are really high quality, but maybe not out of everyone's price point. I wanted to have a really good range. I wanted to make sure I was using designers that were women owned and made in the United States, because I think that's important. And I try to do a ecologically friendly process from start to finish.
Which is really so key. So what would you say, why would you say that kind of sourcing is so important for people to keep in mind?
Well, I think obviously being able to highlight women-owned businesses is a really great thing to do. I'm a woman-owned business, and so I think I can keep that going down the line. I think that's really important. Also, by sourcing within the United States, you cut down on emissions that are put out by global transportation when you're shipping a product, let's say, from Indonesia or from China or something like that. So the price tends to be a little bit more than if you're getting it like drop shipped from China, but I think it's totally worth having that expenditure in my budget to support, within the United States products.
now, so do you create your own jewelry, or do you find jewelry that you think is good, and obviously it's from local women owned, here in the U.S. or or is it a combination of both?
Yeah, so as of right now, I search for designers that are made by women for products that I really find interesting and beautiful. In the future, I would like to design my own things. That takes a lot of time and prototyping and figuring out materials and manufacturers and stuff like that. So that's in the works for future. For now, I source things, like I said, that are beautiful, really good quality, made in the United States, and I have them on my store. So I'm the storefront.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I find things that I like and I put them in my store to bring them to people. I just wanted a place that I feel like I go to shop for something, and maybe there's one thing that I like, but like the rest of it's like not really my style. And I really wanted to create a store that people go and they love like every single piece and want every single piece. That was kind of my goal. So hopefully people like the things that I curate for my store. But
So, what's the? Oh, go ahead.
No, so that's what's important, right? I mean, so basically what you're doing is, you're going out there, right? And, everybody has different styles, and they make different things in jewelry.
Yes.
And then you find a particular style that you think is very attractive. So basically your clientele knows that when they go to you, it'll be a particular style, not that they got to go through, 100 pages to find that one piece they like, but rather, the pages they're going through, they know every piece is probably something they
yeah, I'm
like.
hoping the people that shop at my store, they love every single piece.
Yeah.
They want all of it. That's the goal, right? I understand that not everybody's going to have my taste, but that's every time you open a business.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I think there's something nice about having the curated, and we've talked to like bookstores that are similar,
Yeah.
and like that used to be pretty much how you shopped. You kind of knew when you went to a bookstore or a jewelry shop, okay, this is what I can expect here, and if I like this style, I'm pretty much going to like everything in the store, and it's just such a different experience from now. You log onto like an Amazon and you are just bombarded
Oh, yeah.
with I think they've said it's a real thing, like the kind of like shopping paralysis, because you have thousands of completely disparate choices, and it's almost impossible to whittle down. This is what I'm looking for. Because
it-
even if you did
yeah.
type it in, Amazon's going to give you 200 sponsored knockoff goods before you actually get to even what you want. So it's nice to have something where you can say, all right, I'm going into it and I'm actually getting someone with your experience to like curate these things for me, so I have that kind of limited, in a positive way,
Right.
selection.
Right, yeah, and there's all kinds of maybe downsides to shopping on Amazon, whether it be the quality or, is it what it looked like in the photo, or like how do I return it, or how do I get in contact with someone to talk about it. So I really try to provide not only a curated experience based on products, but also a very personal experience where you can email me directly if there's an issue, or we can talk about delivery, or if you're local, let's say, and you buy something, I'm happy to deliver that to you
Right.
personally versus shipping it, so you don't have to pay that shipping cost. So I try to be flexible with my clients and my customers that way.
Now, is there any particular jewelry that you focus on? Is there anything that you particularly like? Is it like necklaces, bracelets,
Well, it's
rings?
funny you should ask, because I'm literally wearing so much of it right now. So
Well, I don't wear so much of it. I mean, it's very it's unique, right? It's special.
Right. So I wanted, again, things that were eye-catching and different that you're not going to find necessarily on Amazon or something like that. And so my initial launch, I really focused on 14-karat gold-plated with uniquely shaped pearls. So,
Okay.
for instance, this is a lariat necklace. It's actually quite long, and it unwraps completely. A lariat is a necklace that has no clasps or hinges, and so it's actually just one chain.
Okay, so you
with
just-
here, I'll show you because
okay.
it's kind of cool.
I had no
So
idea
it-
that was a
it
possibility.
looks
Oh,
like that.
wow. I didn't
It has no clasp, right? So you can just wrap it around like that,
okay.
and then you tie it around itself, and it hangs there. And I just love the delicate paperclip chain that it's on. These are Baroque pearls. They're more of like a round, irregular
So
shape.
those are actual. I didn't
Yeah,
know they came.
yeah.
I thought they always.
Me
were
neither,
little
yeah, I
circle.
had no
Right,
idea.
and then like these earrings are biwa pearls. So there's a lake in Japan called Lake Biwa, and these pearls are only sourced from that one particular lake.
Wow.
And so this is also the solitaire biwa. This is actually a necklace that I've wrapped around my
I know,
wrist.
you said that. That's why I was thinking
To
about
make
that.
it a
That's
bracelet.
pretty.
I feel very proud of the fact that I'm like ingenuitous that way. But yeah, so I offer different sets if you wanted to have like a necklace and an earring combination. I have tarnish-free hypoallergenic hoops, which are in my second hole here. These are called the Weekend Croissant earrings, so they kind of have like a nice croissant shape. Sounds funny to say.
Which is really
That's
great
fine.
because a lot of people don't realize, unless you are someone who can be allergic to certain metals,
Right.
that is something to actually that you have to look out for, and it's sometimes hard to find hypoallergenic.
Yeah, and it's funny too because when I first launched it, I'm not allergic to any kind of metal, so it wasn't actually top of mind, which is funny to say as someone who now sells jewelry. But quickly, I very, very quickly realized they were like, "Is it hypoallergenic? Is it hypoallergenic? Is it hypoallergenic?" And I was like, okay, I need to have hypoallergenic items." So now when I shop for wholesale items with female designers, I have a list now. It's like, okay, made in the United States, by a woman, hypoallergenic, tarnish free. And so those are like my four big things that I
That you're
look
looking
for when I have something in my store.
I'm curious, how does a couple shout outs, don't want to forget Pari Gonzalez Martina, thanks for watching. Johnny Ornelas, amigo del programa, liked and shared. He is the great
Thank
owner of
you.
El Mariachi, Zion's Crossroads.
Oh yeah,
Great place.
we love that.
And let's see. Oh, we got actually, before I have my question, we got a comment. Travis Hatworth, thanks for watching. He says shopping paralysis is definitely a thing that people seen, and a lot of younger people are now preferring boutique shops because of that kind of one-on-one attention and the more compact offerings with the ability to get something made regionally or locally,
Yeah, that's
as
so
opposed to you have
Yeah,
no
I think
idea.
people are tired. People are tired. They're kind of overstimulated, overwhelmed by the whole thing. So just trying to fill that void for people.
Absolutely.
No, I
And,
always found that, I mean, and you get the feeling that maybe that's the direction we're going, because when you think about it, the big malls are beginning to fail, right? And what's coming in instead is the little
Smaller-
boutiques, right? The
small
smaller
business
ones,
owner.
because all of a sudden it's like you want to realize that, you have something, something that you truly like, right? And it may be that you go to a boutique and it's like, it's not your particular style, right? But once you find something, it's where you want to then visit, as opposed to the big brand store. It's like, oh boy, I got to walk through the store like for about an hour to maybe find what I'm looking for. So I think that's great.
I think in general, and maybe this is like a little broad, but in general, I think people are feeling a lack of like connectedness and being genuine. And I think, but what happens when you create a boutique that's specific to what you are, what you like, or your vibe, people are drawn to that because they're thirsty for this genuine connection. They want to know you. They don't want a big Amazon store that's just like feeding you a bunch of stuff that's not personalized at all or personalized by an algorithm. You know, so I really do feel like people can connect with these stores that have a very strong vision and a very strong vibe. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That makes total sense. Out of curiosity, what's kind of the process like of curating now that you've been in business? Is it partly getting a sense of what, when clients come into your store, what's selling and saying, okay, this is something that my clientele likes as well? Obviously, you liked it first,
sure,
because then your clientele likes it. Or is it just looking around and saying, okay, that comes to appeal to me? Do you have certain things that you're always looking for? I'm just curious kind of what the behind the scenes is on the process.
It's a balance. Obviously, I want to take into account what the people like, because that's business, right? You want to give the people what they want. I also have some pieces that I just like, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like it's my store and I want to put things that I'm passionate about. Yeah. So not that I'm not passionate about the other things, but I just want to have a balance. I never want to just strictly like do exactly what the people want. I want to do the whole thing. I want to do pieces that I love and pieces that are really, widely appreciated. I want to have lots of things. I want to have different price points. I want to do it all.
Well, that's important because you're also introducing them into all right. I mean, jewelry that they may never receive, right? And it's like, wow, I didn't even know that existed, and now you brought it to their attention. Right. So if you just focus on what they want, then after a while, it's like, I already had that.
Well, and there's classic things that people will always want. Like they love, like Jasmine, when she comes on later, she's wearing a tapered baguette huggy hoop. So it's just a gold hoop with some diamonds on it. The diamond shapes are a little bit different maybe than the average hoop, but that one has sold probably more than anything. But it's just such a classic everyday earring, and Jasmine wears it all the time, and I love her for that. And so, there's items that people will always be drawn to, and then I want to have some unique pieces as well. Right. That if somebody's like, hey, I have this fancy night out, or I have a special dinner with my husband, or I have something I want to celebrate, that they can go on and find those kind of nicer, different pieces as well.
Absolutely, makes total sense. What's it like? Because I know you said you realtor was your first thing. Mm-hmm. What's it like now being like a small business owner that on the back end you have the entrepreneurship piece of it?
Yeah,
what's that been like?
I feel like running a real estate brand is very similar in a lot of ways, except there I'm helping people buy and sell houses, and here I'm helping people look great. And so they come with different levels of weight. Helping someone buy their first home is huge. It's mega. Whereas helping someone feel really good about themselves is also mega in a different way. Mm-hmm. So I've been able to kind of encompass both of those in a nice way. I pull from both. Sometimes in my closing gifts, if it's a lady, I'll include some of my jewelry into my closing gift. So I'm like cross branding a little bit, but
it's a good idea. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great marketing.
So I try to do as much as I can and pull from both sides to have both of them be successful simultaneously.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work to be.
So basically, you at this point, everything you do is through the website. Right? So whatever website you particularly have, and people go there and they can find, just different jewelries.
Right. Yeah. You can go to the website. You can search everything. We have it categorized by type of piece, necklace, bracelet, earring, and you can purchase there.
Fantastic. They just keep coming in. The viewers, Maggie Dundos Forniker watching, Sydney Chatalos watching the show this morning, Scott Hamler, thanks for liking the show this morning. Katie Pearl, great fan of the show. Katie. She says she loves that Kara has so many pearls.
Literally, she called me, she's a colleague of mine, we're at the same brokerage, and she called me, or maybe it was in person, and I was like, yeah, I'm launching a jewelry, it's going to feature a lot of pearls, and she goes, Kara, you know that's my last name. And you know I buy a piece of pearl jewelry for every one of my kids. It's like adding another pearl to the string of pearls, you know?
Very nice. Very nice. Well, keeping the Latino tradition, just obviously, I know your husband is from
Venezuela. Yeah.
Katie Pearl, also Cuban.
Yes.
Xavier Cuban.
No, and can I just shout her out too, just from a mom standpoint? She's a realtor that has like a lot of kids, and she has been such a resource for me when I'm like feeling very overwhelmed on how to care for my child. She has been such a resource. I'm like, what do I do with my one, you know?
That's awesome. Ricardo Cruz Duran, another friend of the show, watching this morning. He says, hi all, good to see everyone. Glad to see Tara on the show.
Love
Thank
Ricardo.
you, Ricardo. Thanks for watching us this morning. So, Tara, it's been lots of fun. I've learned
me
a
too.
lot that I didn't even know. But
even just the pearls. I mean, from Japan, from where?
I'll have to store that in mind.
I always think of pearls as the typical pearl, the little
just
one.
Little
one like that. I
didn't even
had
know
no
they came
idea.
in different shapes.
Oh man, they come in
sizes.
so many shapes and sizes.
Wow. So it's fantastic. Where can people find you, get in touch, and see the amazing collection?
Yeah, so you can shop the collection either on Instagram at Leona Curated Jewelry, or you can go onto the website at leonacuratedjewelry.com. I also have a Facebook page, Leona Curated Jewelry. So pretty much that's the vibe all the way across all social platforms.
So easy. So
Absolutely.
basically
Everything
search
Leona Curated Jewelry.
Yeah. And you will make your way there.
You'll make your way there.
To the
Absolutely.
Facebook page or the website.
You can find the pearl of your dream.
There you go.
Oh my God, I might have to steal that for my website.
That's why they have me here. Every once in a blue moon, I'll say something that's worthwhile.
We bring them on every 3 weeks. You know?
I always had it as when you think style, think Leona Curated Jewelry. But I'll take that too.
There you go. There you go. Kara, it's been a great pleasure. Thanks so much for coming
thank
on
you
this
so
morning.
much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right, so as we go ahead and rotate here, we're going to have Tara rotate out and Jasmine rotate in. Man, they just keep coming. Let me read a couple other viewers joining us this morning. Let me make sure I mention everyone because we have so many coming out. Liana David, thanks so much for watching this morning. Lena Turdy, thanks so much for watching this morning. It's got lots of fans just checking all our different feeds here.
Well, this is a great show, right? I mean, you have jewelry, you have beauty. I mean, this is what people really like to us. I mean, people.
Well, especially our audience. I think
mostly
Nick
women.
I think I'm pretty sure our audience is like majority female. So
yes, there you are. That's true too. Yeah.
This is why Nick is a great scheduler. He has the audience in mind.
He certainly does.
So absolutely. Candice Vanderland, thanks for liking the show this morning, watching this morning. And we were excited to go from one great guest to another. We're thrilled to welcome Jasmine Garcia, the owner of Jacita Beauty, to the show this morning.
Hello.
Jasmine, thanks for coming on.
Good morning. How you
guys.
doing?
Great. How are you guys?
We're great.
Fantastic,
Glad
fantastic.
to-
I just have a quick question. So, how did you come up with Jacita Beauty?
Okay, so my name is Jasmine, and my grandma on my mom's side called me Jasmine Sita. Well, she still calls me Jasmine Sita.
Jasmine Sita.
So I took J Sita
Got it.
Beauty.
Got it.
And that's how we came up with J Sita
I love
Beauty.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ucrumana de Rosen Angeli is watching the show this morning. She's mom of our friend Claudia Cruz
Okay.
of the Dulce de Leche.
Yes. Dulce de leche. Nothing
Is
like it.
watching this morning. So, Jasmine, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe the journey to starting Jacita Beauty.
Yeah, of course. So I am a wife, a mom of 2 girls, 3 and 1, so they're little.
Yeah.
I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and once I had a little bit more time for myself, like around the 6-month mark with my little one, I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, who am I? Because it's just mom all day long, right? So I've always loved makeup and beauty, fashion, and so I was like, what can I do that I will enjoy, that I can still, work around my family schedule, right? So I was like, I love makeup. I was following this girl, Alba Beauty. She's in Dominican Republic, and so she does permanent makeup. And she was coming to New York for a master class, and so I told my husband, I'm like, I think I really want to do this. He's like, if you want to do it, go for it. And so I did. I took her class and absolutely loved it. Then I, had to do my research for Virginia, getting my license, and then I went to Marina. She is at Repigment Me in Sterling, and so I took her 6-week course to get my license, and I got my license last September and opened up my studio in December.
So you're
Wow,
off
that's,
and
that's
running.
amazing. I had no clue that you needed a license to do this. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's interesting.
State board exam, everything,
And,
all the
you'll have to
things.
tell us what permanent makeup
Yes,
is that what it is?
permanent makeup.
Yeah, how's
Yes.
it different
Yeah,
from like
from-
what the average
yeah.
person might be like, makeup that you put on?
Yeah, okay, so regular makeup washes off completely. At nighttime, sweat it comes right off. But with permanent makeup, what I do is I do brows, lips, and eyeliner. And so it's a semi-permanent tattoo that will last 1 to 3 years, just depending on like skin type and if you take care of it.
Okay.
And obviously, what artist you go to.
Yeah.
Every artist is not for everyone. I strive in giving my clients very natural looking results. So I want, my clients to walk around and be like, wow, what did you do to your face today? I know something's different, but I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, we, map out pretty brows that, will go with their facial features,
Right.
Enhance their lip color, do a little eyeliner, and just, it cuts down on, your time in the morning getting ready.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because you have this permanent makeup on,
Wow.
but it looks natural. So,
Oh, that makes a lot
That's
of
fantastic.
sense.
It's a great
Yeah.
idea, actually, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
my
have to-
clients, they come back and they're like, why did I wait this long? This is a game changer. Why did I wait this long?
Exactly.
It's just, yeah. It's,
I mean, it
it's
cuts down
amazing.
on so much time, I would assume, and
Yeah, it
you have to
does.
sit there every morning doing whatever you guys do, right? And
Yeah.
it just feels like it takes forever, and then probably every single day is a little bit different because you can't get it
Exactly.
perfectly,
Exactly.
right, and
Yeah.
and depending on the temperature
Well, I mean, the
outside, whether
humidity,
like
The
your humidity,
humidity,
or-
yeah, everything. You can't go to the pool with a full face of makeup on.
Yeah.
It's gonna
that
come
is
off.
true.
So with permanent makeup, you'll have your brows done. So I just got my brows done. Actually, tomorrow will be a week. And so it's a 2-week healing process that you go through where, you can't be in the sun, can't be in the water, just being very careful
Does
with
that
your
help
brows.
it to last, to kind of solidify this where it will last the 1 to 3 years?
So when we tattoo the skin, it's very superficial between the epidermis and dermis, and so it's like a tattoo. You peel, like the tattoo peels, and you have to keep it covered, can't be in the sun, and so that way we can get better retention in the skin, like
I
pigment
gotcha.
retention
Yeah.
in the skin.
the skin.
And then you do a touch-up session 6 weeks after to perfect anything, like if a scab came off too early, it might be a little bit light in that area and you just, perfect the brow and
Got it.
they'll be great for like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which what a lot of the viewers are saying. So Lena Trudy says Jasmine Garcia does the best eyebrows. Still
Thank
get
you,
compliments
Lena.
all the time.
I love it.
Says saves so much time getting ready.
It really does. I'm telling you, it's so I just, like I said, I got mine done a week ago, and I'm only a week in, but I haven't worn makeup like before today, like in this whole week, because I have my lashes done, my brows done,
just
so
in time.
it's
Did
It's
you
amazing.
did you do your own?
no. I
No,
went to
you-
my instructor,
Okay.
Marina, and she's amazing.
It would probably be hard to,
No, yeah, that's what I
Or-
thought, but I
I
said
know.
I said I don't know how that works.
especially on a permanent.
Right,
basis,
you have to
yeah.
be. Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay.
Tyler Motto says the same thing. Jasmine is the best. So happy with my brows by her. Craig
so
Hartman
awesome.
says so proud of Jasmine from her honorary TO.
Oh, thank you.
Ariel Herrera says she's literally the best. So that a lot of it.
I
Would you
love
say
it. Thank you.
what are the different services you have, and would you say brows are some of the most popular?
Yep. So the 3 services I have are powder brows, lip blushing, and eyelash enhancement. But my most popular is brows. I feel like brows shape, frame the face just beautifully.
Right.
Like if you have a great set of brows on someone, like it just opens up their eyes. It frames the face. So, but I do love lip blushing too because, a lot of people can have very pale lips, and that will just help bring that color back into their lips.
So exactly what is that? So I mean, if you do, whatever
So
you do
it's
to the
the
lips,
same. So it's a little tattoo
can you
gun.
eat after you do
Yeah,
this?
you can.
Okay.
And
Just
lips
curious.
actually, they heal a lot quicker than brows. So in a week, you're done healing. It just like kind of scabs over, just like if you've had I don't know, like
like if you went
dry
out in
lips.
the winter, yeah. Like
Yeah.
You got to, one of those things.
or like the skin peels
yeah,
off
yeah.
if you go out
Yeah,
there and didn't put
exactly.
lip gloss
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
So you can, for my clients, I have them bring in their favorite lip color, like their go-to lipstick that they wear every day, and so I color match it. I have all my pigments that I
Oh.
can color match, or some will come in and just, I want the same color as my natural lip. I just want it like defined, enhanced.
Okay.
So we do that too.
Wow. Because I
think,
thought
yeah.
it would have been great, right? It's like, you can't eat for a week, so it's a great way to diet for a week and you get great lips. Imagine that.
Well,
I mean,
you
that's
can't kiss for I think like 3 days. So, but that's it. Yeah.
So, Dr. Elizabeth Erpe watching the show this morning, the amazing Dr. Erpe, she has a question for
Yeah.
Jasmine. She says, can you still get different makeup looks with permanent makeup change versus like everyday or special events?
So with brows, I mean, like I said, I follow very natural shape, whatever your facial features are, and where your hair grows. So I follow that. If you want to make a thicker brow, for nighttime, definitely could. You could do a bold brow, cover it up with some, brow pencil. With lips, the same thing. Lip blushing is just like a blush on your lips, so you can always cover it up with like a red lipstick or a hot pink lipstick,
Okay.
whatever, for a night out. So yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so it's basically it's like a slight change to the natural look.
Very
and then
natural
you can basically do
enhancement.
anything you want
Yes,
on top,
exactly.
almost as if you didn't have it at all.
Right,
essentially.
but it's there.
But yeah.
So everyday look is perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that to be Ariana Canales watching. Ariel Herrera says she's literally the best. Catherine Christina Kalich says the best of the best.
I've done all their brows. It's so funny.
Well, they are watching and appreciative of it.
Thank you, guys. I
Kelly
love you guys.
Seaborn, Jonathan Antidua watching this morning. Karen Renteria Morales joining us this morning.
Thank you,
So
guys.
lots of great fans.
Love it.
I'm
tuning
just
in.
curious so eyeliner, so
Yes.
is that like on top? So where is the eyeliner?
So I tattoo, it's called eyelash enhancement. You can do eyeliner and like a winged liner, but like I said, for me, it's always natural beauty. So you tattoo your eyelash line.
Okay.
Just with a dark brown.
Okay.
And so, a lot of people, like Kara, she wears a winged liner. So, she maybe, it might not be enough for her. But I feel like, my clients that, are nurses or, they're in the field working all day, it can smudge, like whenever they,
Yeah.
Put their eyeliner on, by the end of the day, it's smudged off. And so you just tattoo a very small line on your lash line, and it gives it like the look of a fuller lash line, or if you just have like a little tiny eyeliner
Okay.
line on there. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I know now what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out where is that quote out eyeliner. Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. Never really. Focused
You
on
don't
that.
really do it yourself?
No, not yet.
So, our audience always loves when we ask, what's it like being an entrepreneur, taking that plunge to say, okay, I'm going to actually start a small business for myself?
I mean, it was so scary. It's still scary, because I'm not even a year in.
Yeah.
And there's so many things like on the back end that you just learn day by day. Like, as an entrepreneur, you can do all your research, but there's still going to be things that pop up and you're like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't I think of that? Or like, oh, I need to do that. So it is a little, scary, but we just have to push forward and do what we need to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How long does it take to do, for example, the eyebrows?
So my appointments usually are 3-hour appointments,
Okay.
but I can finish in about 2.5, up to 3 hours. What takes the most time is mapping out the brows.
Okay.
Because, these are permanent and they're going
Sure.
to be on your face for
Exactly.
the next few years. So I always try to perfect,
So you kind of draw the eyebrows on the person
Yeah.
and see what they look like and see
Right,
it's like, do
exactly.
you like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I map everything out. I measure everything, make sure everything is symmetrical, because our faces are not symmetrical, So
True.
I try to have as much symmetry as possible.
Now, do the eyebrows have to be, I hate to ask all these
No,
questions,
that's
maybe.
all right. No, I love
Do
it.
they have to be shaved, the hair?
No,
Or how-
so I always follow natural hair, how your natural hair grows. And so I try not to take any hair away. Obviously, if, someone has a thicker, fuller eyebrow, I'm going to clean it up,
Okay.
to make it look, a better, shape. But no, and some clients will come back and, they'll come to me and I waxed my eyebrows, in the 90s and they never grew back. And so I don't have like tails. And so I'm like, yes, we can do it. They come back and, at their touch-up session, they're like, I have hair growing back in. And I'm like, that's great because you create that trauma on the skin, makes the cells,
Oh.
yeah.
So it can even
So they'll come
sometimes-
up and, they'll come back and say, oh my gosh, I have hair again on the tails. So,
Can you
yeah.
do that for men that are bald?
Yes,
can
I can't do it, but there is.
And it
it's
comes
called,
back up?
Yeah, it's called SMP. Yeah, scalp micropigmentation.
Really?
And so, people with receding hairlines, will get like a tattoo. It's just like tiny dots
Okay, yeah.
that it looks like hair follicles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
Wow.
didn't
Yeah.
even know it was possible. See, this is one of the things I love about the show. I learn new things every
So maybe
time.
when like I'm 90 and like I'm all bald, I just have little dots all over me.
There you
Imagine.
go.
That'd be
Instead of
cool.
white hair, they'll just
Yeah.
little
Little black hair,
dots.
that's right.
The little silver dots.
That's silver
Silver
dots, that's
dots.
right.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Alan Garcia, Michael Lampros, watching the show this morning. Thank you both for joining. So, Jasmine, any advice for any aspiring entrepreneur, but especially like Latina entrepreneurs? I know we kind of have that in our blood that so many come here and want to do that.
Yeah.
Any advice for them if they're thinking about starting a?
I say go for it. Always go for it. Go for your dreams. For me, honestly, I never even thought about I'm going to have my own business. Never. I was in the oral surgery business. I loved the dental field. Then, I became a mom. I was like, this is what I want to do, a stay-at-home mom. But then you just evolve and I was like, I want to do this. And I think you just go for it. It does take a tribe, with kids, trying to navigate, everything is difficult, but we're getting through it. So, yeah.
Well, it's got to be a lot more fun than oral surgery, I'll tell you that much.
I loved oral surgery.
Oh, did you really?
I loved it. I worked
I mean,
in oral surgery
looking at
7
somebody's
years.
face
Yeah.
and making it beautiful
Well,
versus looking at somebody's
Remember
tooth.
though, just as in oral surgery, you're the one sitting there.
Yeah.
Now that you think that it's but the people
But I
that go
loved
into it
yeah.
probably love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you probably don't love it because you're sitting there with the thing in your mouth while they, to go in there and stuff. But
Yeah.
the person that does it is like, this is great.
Yeah, I was. I loved it.
But I think that's just the key. There is that it's entrepreneurship. It's a lot of hard work,
Yeah.
but worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it, 100%.
Yeah.
I go to work and it's not work for me because I honestly, I love what I do. I love this industry. And, when my clients come back and tell me that I've changed their life for the better, it's amazing. I'm making women feel so good, empowered in their own skin when they wake up. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's the beauty when you have, that's the whole point of passion, right? You have passion for something,
Right.
and then you can turn that into your business, right? At least what you do is truly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Granted, having your own business comes with, you got to...
Struggles,
There's-
but
There's
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things you got to
Behind
do.
the
It's like,
scenes.
what? I got to think about that too.
Yep.
So, but
It's a lot, yeah.
But it's fantastic. Colleen Miller liked the show this morning. We got so many. Joyce Nat Lamat, thanks for joining us. Delmi Osorto, thanks for coming on this morning. Delmi Osorto says she is the best with the
Yay,
Bravo.
Thank you. Yep, I did her
Thanks.
best too.
Yep, so it's all fantastic. So
I
you
love
can
it.
tell also
Thank
what's
you
the
guys
most
so
popular.
much. Oh, this
What's the
makes
most
me feel so
popular
special,
thing you
yeah.
have? For sure.
Yeah.
So Jasmine, before we let you go, where can people find you, get in touch,
Yep.
reach out, and like all these fantastic guests, schedule their appointments?
So you can go on my Instagram or Facebook, JC Beauty. My link to book your appointment is there. You can also just message me, DM me. I am always open to answer any questions that anyone has about permanent makeup. We can do a free consultation before you even schedule. So yeah.
Awesome. And for our English speakers who might be thinking Jcita, just so you know, it's Jcita,
Yeah.
not Js.
Yeah.
Jcita.
Jcita, yeah.
Jcita.
Yeah.
I mean, all our Latinos will know
Yeah, absolutely. Jasmine Cita,
immediately.
yeah.
Jasmine
Yes,
There's a lot of
Jasmine
Citas.
Cita, yeah.
you never know the English one. It's like, where? Sita, where is it?
Yeah.
So
Jcita
Jcita.
Beauty.
Jasmine, thanks so much for
Thank
coming
you
on.
guys.
It's
This
been a
was
Thank you. It's been great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so
I've
much
learned
for
so much.
joining us.
I
Really
learned
great.
from both today.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been fantastic.
Unbelievable. Now I understand why you need a license too, because I'm saying
Oh,
you
it
need
makes-
a license to put makeup. I mean, since when?
Makes
But
total
now
sense.
I understand why
Yeah,
you do.
'cause it's permanent.
It's permanent. Yeah.
Makes
And,
total
you
sense.
have
It's
to
like-
just make sure everything, like health, cross-contamination, infection, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
so.
total
Yeah.
sense.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like you said. It's like a tattoo. Yeah.
Sure thing.
So
So
permanent
this was
tattoo.
fantastic. Next week, we got some great guests coming on as well. We got a trifecta next week.
Trifecta, okay.
Yeah, we have Jill Trishman Marks. She is the executive director of the Botanical Garden of the Piedmont.
Oh,
who's gonna be
wow.
on, as well as Lee Hartman from Bluestone Vineyard. And Matthias Yohn is going to be. Matthias is coming back. Our monthly meetup
That's
with
right.
Matthias.
Exactly.
Just talking about
Chat about.
some great things. Alan Garcia says Leah is also listening. So Leah, thank you for listening in this morning. Appreciate it.
It's
One,
been-
yeah, go
I
ahead.
was going to say it's just funny because you I come in sometimes. As you know, half of the time I don't know who's going to be coming in, and all of a sudden it's a
It likes
surprise
to
for me.
surprise you.
Yeah, but and you look, it's like okay, jewelry and beauty, and I'm saying okay, let's see. But it's just amazing, right? The different businesses people have, the passion, and how important it is to them, right? And how important it is to other people that they're available because. What they do is just, to me, it's impressive. I mean, I know what I do, and I say, but which is finances. It's like finance. What's the deal if I find this? But it's just amazing. It's great to see people that have, again, the passion, the
It
love for what
shows
they
when you
do.
talk to
Exactly.
them, like, it just
and
shines
just
out.
go for it, right? Just go for it and then succeed. It's great. It's great to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a great show today. We do have to end on a bit more of a somber note. So we just wanted to.
I thought you were going to talk about inflation. That's what.
I know. No.
Just
We're
kidding.
at
Just
our
kidding.
usual lending time. We're at our usual lending time. But inflation numbers did come out.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you wanted to?
No. It's just I haven't talked about finance. I feel
That's
like in
true.
about a year.
I did a finance topic with Michael, but
That's
not
right.
with you.
That's right. Which
So I know
which is what
numbers
I
did come
love.
out. I know that's your thing.
But,
0.2% month over month.
Yeah, so
3.2%.
the things that concern me about you look at all these inflation numbers and they're coming down, right? And the most important thing, I guess, the three things that I focus on. One is always energy, right? Energy is such a major part of inflation that when gas prices go up, obviously that increases inflation dramatically, and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And we went through a time period where obviously gas prices just catapulted, right? And then they've come down a lot. Now they're coming back up, right? So that's something that I think is concerning me. But the other two things that really worry me is that when you take apart the inflation number, the two areas that continue to grow much more, about 4 to 5% per year, is food, right? And
Rent.
rentals, yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the areas, when you think about
Can't
what
avoid.
people do, we buy food, right? And a lot of people still rent. So a 5% inflation for that group of people is a very difficult inflation.
It is.
And I mean, that means that your cost of living is going up in that sector by 5% every single year. And that's painful.
That's
That is
rough.
painful. And think of senior citizens that basically have, just
A fixed income.
a fixed income.
I mean,
their
Social
income.
Security goes up, but less than CPI. So in other
Less
words,
than, exactly.
if
And well, not only
inflation's-
that, if your food inflation is 5%, your rent is 5%, but
CPI is
CPI is
3%.
3%, and you're getting 2.5%, you're still 2.5% underwater, right? So it concerns me because I think we are going to see challenges in the near future with regard to the economy possibly slowing down. That's
Yeah, I think we're beginning to see it. We're at this point. I think I was reading the excess savings that had accumulated during the pandemic from
Yeah.
2020 to 2021. They're basically gone. People's excess savings has basically come almost near zero, and credit card debt has now
surpassed
it's
$1 trillion.
It's what's the highest in history, surpassing
I mean,
08
think of it,
levels.
$1 trillion in
Credit
credit
card
card debt.
Which is
That
huge.
doesn't include mortgage debt, student loan debt,
Car
just
payment
credit
debt,
card
yeah,
debt.
just credit card.
I mean, that's a scary number because that credit
Well,
card debt
it
is
shows
at
that people
20% interest.
Exactly. Well, it shows that people have reached the point that they can no longer fund the fact that they may be continuing to buy,
Yeah.
but it's no longer coming out of money they saved up for 2 years. It's coming out of debt.
Exactly.
It's the
Yeah.
only way they're able to still make the purchases that they're making.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, some of these are purchases you can't skip. Like, even if you could theoretically, I mean, discretionary, you could, yeah, okay, I'm not going to
Right.
do that. But even if you could theoretically even whittle down to taking public transportation and save on gas, right? You cannot avoid rent and you cannot avoid
Food. Exactly.
like you need
Yeah.
to pay those because you need to eat and you need a place to live.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's a challenging
Yeah.
time. So something
So
to
we'll
keep
see.
an eye
Yeah.
on, yeah,
Something that we're definitely focused on.
and monitoring.
Yeah.
You know, so we like to make sure, you know, we keep people informed as to what's going on.
That's right.
Especially the underlying numbers. Because if you get your news in a feed, you're
Oh, they're gonna say, hey, inflation's down,
You're
yeah.
going to see 3.2 and you're going to see 0.2 month over month.
Right.
You're not going to see 4 to 5 in food and rent.
Exactly.
Because that's buried inside the numbers.
Yeah.
So that's what we have there. So be sure to just, you know, we're thinking of all the people that are struggling right
Yeah,
now.
we are.
For sure.
We are.
We are also thinking, just wanted to mention, really our condolences to the family of Justin Tooley. He has been from the gym. He had been on the show. Probably one of the sweetest and nicest people that's ever come on this show.
Absolutely. I mean, it threw me
So-
for a loop when I learned this because,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I see Justin there, right? I mean, he worked out every day. He had a beautiful way to talk about the spiritual part of both exercising your
Just
body
living.
and exercising your mind and just living in the community, how he felt about, I mean, his words were like, I mean, so spiritual, you know, and wow.
So we were just
I mean,
so
I just-
sorry to
I
hear
was
about his,
so
his
shocked, yeah.
passing, and just really, you can see just the outpouring of love for like all the people that knew him
Yeah.
and so forth. And we just wanted to share our condolences to his family.
Absolutely,
and just
absolutely,
how
yeah.
sad we are at his passing. Like I said, probably just you one of those people. He came on the show, you never forget.
No, he never, yeah, no, well, from the
Yeah.
very minute that I met him, right, the aura that he just gave out,
Yeah.
you know, and he gave you a big hug every time he saw you. I mean, it's just, wow,
Yeah.
really.
So we sent our condolences, and I know when news is shared, the gym had shared some news that there will be information forthcoming if you want to send something or how to pay your respects, and we'll do our best to share that when
absolutely.
we receive that information.
Yeah.
But just wanted to say how sorry we were and send condolences to his family.
Yeah.
So with that, thanks for coming on.
Well,
with me today
it's
on the
always a
show.
pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here, as
Always
you
good
know.
to have you on. Always appreciate being here on the I Love Seaville Network set. Judah always doing the great work that he does, you know, behind the camera, taking the promotional photos, making sure that we can just share. Really
Steady
just-
Judah. That's what I love
Steady
about
Judah,
him. Yeah.
Absolutely. He helps us just share the great stories, like the great entrepreneurs that we had on today,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Kara and Jasmine, just to share their story and the great work that they're doing here in the community is just so important, and we're privileged to be able to do it. So we appreciate it.
And he found a way to get me like that Cuban breeze that I used to
He
love
did.
when I was a little kid.
He
I
did.
mean,
He
this
made
is like
sure-
fantastic.
He made sure that
All I need is a pina colada, and we're
you'll be
good to
good to
go.
go.
Or a Cuba Libre, that's even better.
Cuba Libre, and you'll be good
Yeah,
to go.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So thank you to Emergent Financial Services. Thank you to our great partners, Castlehill Cider, Matias Young Realty, Credit Serious Insurance, Forward Adelante. Thank you all for watching. I mean,
Absolutely.
can't thank the audience enough. You guys were a great audience today.
Fantastic today,
Fantastic
yeah.
questions, comments, really showing the support for our entrepreneurs here today. Really, you know, this is why we love Charlottesville. This is why we love
certainly
this
is.
community. So thank you all for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you all next week. But until that time, as we love to close it out, hasta mañana.